What is going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have an amazing figure released by Hot Toys again. And yes, it is Deadpool from the Deadpool 2 film, which we are barely days away from being worldwide released. And I'm super excited to see this movie. I heard very good reviews from other people that have seen premieres and stuff like that, and they say the movie is hilariously funny. There's a ton of action, couple of surprises in there, and I don't want to get spoiled, so I don't dig too much into it. I just do all that research afterwards. Once I see the film, then I could go back and see people's opinions and all that further into spoilers once I've seen the film. But before that, I don't want to get spoiled. But this is about the Hot Toys, and these Hot Toys, it bring me up and it lowered me down, and I'll explain to you guys why this is the case. I'm super happy that Hot Toys has released another Hot Toys, because there's a lot of people that missed on the first one, and now you can get your own Hot Toys Deadpool in your collection. And this is an amazing figure that you should totally get. If you have a single Marvel figure in your collection, this is definitely up there with it. This is one of the best Marvel figures that I own, and it's just simply amazing. Every time I look at it, I just do not regret at all buying this guy, because he's just simply amazing, and he fits on pretty much every collection. So the downside to this figure is they didn't include Ryan Reynolds, Wade Wilson should I say, head sculpt. And yes, that is disappointing. And probably my guess, I did a video on taking guesses on which figures that we're gonna release, and I said for this figure, I said that it was gonna release. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that we're gonna do it, but I said they were gonna release a Ryan Reynolds like they did with Black Panther, but they did not, and I'm super sad about that, because to me, there's nothing on this figure that makes me want to buy this figure. If I didn't have the figure that I have, if I didn't own from the Deadpool from part 1, I would be on pre-order. That figure will be on pre-order for me before I even do this video. So, but that's not the case. I already own part 1, and it's good enough. It's actually, it looks exactly the same as this one, and this is an amazing figure. As you can see, a pose as simple as this, it's already funny. Just something so simple, you can already be cracking up. But it's all good, because this figure, even though it doesn't have Ryan Reynolds head sculpt, which I'm gonna be honest, I would hardly ever pose him on that head sculpt, because I preferred helmeted versions of the heroes like Captain America and Tony, and you name it. I always prefer the helmeted version or the face cover version. But it would have been a nice addition, and a lot of people were waiting for that health sculpt, because many other people, they do love having the mask on the hand and having the face reveal. Actually, there's a third-party company that have been doing face sculpts for Wade Wilson for the longest, and they've been selling quite a few, because people do seem to like that, having a alternate head sculpt on their figures. But sadly, Hot Toys didn't decide to include it. It's probably something about licensing, like they had to pay Ryan Reynolds and stuff like that, and they just didn't want to do it. Like, why the hell I'm gonna invest so much money just to get his likeness when I can just sell the figure for as much as money and without investing so much money? You guys get what I mean? But that saddens me, because I thought we were going to be getting cable, and now if they don't want to pay licenses for face, we might not get cable, and that really bums me out big time. But they're doing Thanos, and Josh Brolin is doing the mocap for Thanos. Does that Thanos being a CGI character, does Josh Brolin get anything for his likeness on that figure? I have no idea, because if they did, that would be really good, because they already have Josh Brolin's likeness, and they can use it on cable because they already pay for it. and that would be really nice. But we're gonna have to see it. I'm very skeptical right now, and hopefully Hot Toys surprises me, which they haven't done in a long while. They've been very predictable when it comes to the average things. Like every time that I want to say, hey, they're gonna do like Domino or something like that, they just bum me out and throw me down. They have not been like, hey, this is a huge surprise, there you go, you were not expecting this. But anyways, coming back to the figure, this is an amazing looking figure. Even though it looks like exactly like part 1, with the exception of the little bullet holes here on the suit, everything else just looks exactly the same. And even though here on this picture you can see here he has like a thigh problem. When you stand him still like that, his thighs are very wide. They're actually wider than his shoulders, like the inside of the shoulder here, like his back. Not his shoulders, back wider than his back, and that is very unsightly. I really don't like to see that. He looks feminine when you pose him like this. Luckily, when you move it out of that pose, he just looks badass. And here we can start talking a little bit about his accessories, which he comes with exactly the same, all the accessories that he came in part 1, like the katanas that we see here. I believe these are new katanas. I don't remember the katanas having like this red tip here near the handle. And nope, they don't. I just turned real quick to see my figure, and it doesn't have it. So this, apparently they have like this little extra thing added there, apparently for movie accuracy, but they're essentially the same. They're die-cast, which is super neat. They're including die-cast katanas. Also comes with these Desert Eagles, which Hot Toys, in like 35 pictures or so they uploaded for this guy, did not have like a single picture holding his Desert Eagles that we have seen before, but they're still cool. And this another accessory that you can get a lot with. So he has his knife on his left leg, and the holster for the guns, for the katanas and all that. So moving on to the most ridiculous accessory he has, these high heels. When he showed up in the trailer, when these high heels, I was like, wow, that is really funny, but at the same time it was a little bit cringy for me. I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to see Deadpool wearing high heels. But anyways, he's a comedic character, and yeah, he does ridiculous stuff like that. So I would never pose him with the high heels, by no means. It's good that Hot Toys included, because a lot of people that take pictures and they like to do comedic stuff and funny stuff, and I enjoy a lot watching you guys post that kind of stuff everywhere, like Instagram and places like that. I follow a couple of people, they do really funny stuff, and I like to see them. But me personally, I'm more like a badass aspect of the character, and I would never pose him with the high heels. But hey, they are in the movie, and they're really nice that Hot Toys included them for those people that want to make use of them. Another thing that I will never pose him with is this little unicorn they are including here on the package. Apparently he makes use of it on the movie in some sort of way. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but this is just not the accessory that I'm looking for on a Deadpool. And it's cool they included it, right? For the same reasons they included the high heels, so it's neat for those people who actually want it. Moving on to the jersey that he says that says that he's trainee for an X-Men, that he's not an X-Men yet, but he's a trainee. And I actually predicted that this jersey was gonna be included on the package. Hooray for me. And yeah, this is really cool. I could totally make him wear this, you know, for a couple of for a little bit. I don't mind it at all. It looks really nice. It's pretty cool. And I cannot wait to see what happens in the movie when he's wearing it. I'm sure there's a lot of comedic elements attached to it, but it's really nice that Hot Toys decided to include it, because this is something that I personally would totally use, but sadly I'm not getting this figure, so I would not be getting that t-shirt. But it's really neat, really cool. And another thing they're including is this shock collar, I'm gonna call it, because it's when he's in prison with the kid. He's rescuing the kid, I believe, something like that. But he's wearing it on a Deadpool suit, and that does not go well, because at least on the trailer you see that he has his face is exposed, and he's wearing this yellow uniform. I guess it's a prison uniform or something like that. Some kind of facility. They have this kid locked in. So it doesn't really go well with this figure. But they decided to include it in. If you want to put it on, put it on. If not, just leave it aside. It's just a little something. They just wanted to throw something at you. So, hey, we didn't include the Ryan Reynolds likeness. We're just going to give you unicorns and whatever, just to get your mind off it. But whatever. I wouldn't use it either, me personally. So something really neat that they included is a backdrop, but at the same time is it has shelf, it has a hanger, and it has a magnet, so you can attach or display all the accessories that you has on the backdrop, and that is pretty neat, really cool. It even comes with a hanger for the jacket. I thought that was really funny, and yeah, really nice. So moving on to everything included on the package. We have the Deadpool figure, the high heels, the collar, the jersey, the unicorn, whatever this is that Hot Toys is showing us here. I don't even want to think. The two katanas, die-cast, really nice. They're a little bit different from the original ones because this is red tipped here. The two Desert Eagles, the dagger, the two little, I don't know, are these kunais? I don't know what these are, but they're like some small knives that he has. 5 sets of eyes, 12 sets of hands, yeah. And he comes with a backdrop and with the stand. So yeah, guys, I think this is a really nice figure. Now coming on to the part of the paint, and we're talking money now. So the first Deadpool came out at $234.99, $235. So he, in my opinion, he was a bit, just a tad overpriced for the time he came out. Maybe $5. So come on, $5 is not gonna break the bank, right? So let's just say he was fine, and he came with this many accessories. So it's gonna be the katanas, the eyes, and everything you see there. Okay. Now the new Deadpool is coming for $251. $15 more. Now what $15 are getting you? Everything down here is everything that he came with the other Deadpool, except for the backdrop. The other one had a different stand. It had like the diamond stands, and here's one of the hexagon stands. So I don't know how you guys want to see that. It depends on how you want to do it, how you want to look at it. It depends on your preference. So stand for a stand, let's just include the backdrop, paper backdrop with the hanger, whatever. Well, $15 are getting you the heels, the collar, the jersey, and the unicorn. So for $15, I think that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. I wouldn't use none of this. I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't use this. To me, it's just useless. I would have this on a prop in the background. I would totally do that. I would just have it on the background as a prop, and maybe the unicorn as well. The high heels, they really don't. They have nothing to do with me. So, and the jersey is really nice. I believe this jersey alone could be $15. Like if you go to a secondary market like eBay or something like that, you could be selling well for $15. So I believe this figure, compared to the very first Deadpool, which is a bit of a price, I think this figure is coming from the new prices that Hot Toys is being implanted lately with the Infinity War line. I think he's not too bad. He comes with a few stuff. the other part here, they didn't design anything on this figure, and he doesn't have a facial likeness to no one, so that could bring down the price. So, but they're not doing it because apparently they know they could get the money out of us, and they give us a lot of accessories here to justify somehow the price that they are asking for this. So I'm gonna say in this new day and age, he's not ridiculously overpriced like is Iron Man or Thor. He's okay. So I wouldn't skip on him because of the price. I would totally get him. If I didn't have my Deadpool, I would totally get this guy. And you should too. Honestly, if you collect Marvel, if you like Deadpool, you should totally get this figure. It's an amazing figure. You're gonna have so much fun with it. He has guns, katanas, you have the facial expression, he has a million hands, and there's so much you can do with him. You can do silly stuff, you can make him look cool. He's just an amazing figure overall, and I'm really happy that Hot Toys is releasing another edition for all of you guys that couldn't get to Deadpool from part 1. Hopefully Cable gets to see the light of day, at least Cable, maybe not Domino, but at least Cable. Hopefully we get to see him. Comic-Con is fast approaching. In a month or so, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff coming down from Hot Toys. Hopefully there are going to be a couple of surprises in there. And I just cannot wait. Seriously, I cannot wait. And so, yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this Deadpool. Do you have part 1 Deadpool? Are you planning to get this one if you skip on the first one? Put it down below, and don't be a stranger on the channel. Be around.